Century.
Hammer 3132, Mach, you're cleared to arm.
Airman Zach Vaughn.
At a remote U.S. Air Force base nestled in the arid expanse of the Middle East, the stillness of the night was punctuated by the hum of activity. The exact location of this base remained classified, a testament to the sensitive nature of the operations conducted here. Under the harsh glare of mobile halogen lights, a symphony of coordinated efforts unfolded as technicians and ground crews prepared the F-22 Raptor for a critical combat mission set to commence before dawn. The F-22 Raptor, a fifth-generation stealth fighter, stood as a pinnacle of modern aviation technology. Its sleek design and cutting-edge systems made it a formidable asset in the U.S. Air Force's arsenal. As the aircraft awaited its mission, every detail was scrutinized to ensure optimal performance. The process of arming the F-22 was a meticulous endeavor. Advanced air-to-air missiles, including the AIM-120 AMRA and AIM-9X Sidewinders, were carefully loaded into the jet's internal weapons base. This internal carriage was a hallmark of the Raptor's stealth design, minimizing radar cross-section and enhancing its ability to operate undetected. Simultaneously, precision-guided GBU-32 JDAM bombs were methodically hoisted into position beneath the aircraft, using hydraulic cranes operated by specially trained personnel. These munitions, guided by a combination of inertial navigation systems and GPS, provided the Raptor with formidable ground attack capabilities. Maintaining the F-22's stealth capabilities required rigorous attention to detail. Maintenance crews conducted thorough inspections of every inch of the aircraft's surface, checking for microfractures or abrasions in the radar-absorbing coating that could compromise its low observability. Beyond the exterior, teams tested the aircraft's radar, flight control systems, onboard diagnostics, and critical sensors. From its active electronically scanned array to its thrust vectoring nozzles, every subsystem had to function flawlessly. A single malfunction could jeopardize the mission and the pilot's life. Inside the briefing room, the pilot received the latest intelligence updates. The target was a high-value enemy position believed to be a command center and weapons distribution hub used by a militant group responsible for several drone and rocket attacks on U.S. allies. Satellite data and drone surveillance confirmed the target coordinates, and the F-22 was selected to lead the operation as the first strike asset. The mission objectives were clear: neutralize primary threats, disrupt command operations, and disable any integrated air defenses. Speed and accuracy were paramount, and the pilot internalized the objective, knowing that every second would carry life or death consequences. After the briefing concluded, the pilot donned a custom-designed flight suit and advanced helmet integrated with a heads-up display and sensor interface, providing full situational awareness while airborne. He walked briskly across the tarmac toward his jet, already positioned on the hot ramp. The ground crew delivered a final status report. Weapon systems were live, stealth was fully functional, and avionics checked out. With a sharp salute and a confident nod, the pilot climbed into the cockpit, sealed the canopy, and began initializing the aircraft systems. The displays lit up as he synchronized with the digital architecture of the world's most advanced air superiority fighter. The deep, low growl of the twin Pratt and Whitney F-119 turbofan engines signaled that the jet was ready. Despite their immense thrust, the engines generated a surprisingly low acoustic signature, thanks to specialized exhaust nozzles and infrared suppression technology. Slowly, the F-22 taxied to the runway, accompanied by security vehicles sweeping the area for final clearance. Once air traffic control cleared the launch, the jet surged down the tarmac without afterburner, achieving takeoff in seconds and climbing at a sharp vertical angle into the night sky. It was a clean and calculated departure, masking both speed and power behind layers of electronic and physical stealth. As the F-22 ascended, it entered supercruise mode, flying at supersonic speed without the use of afterburner feed only possible due to its highly efficient engines and aerodynamic design. This capability not only increased its operational range, but also ensured it could remain stealthy while arriving at the target zone ahead of schedule. At high altitude and traveling faster than the speed of sound, the pilot relied on the aircraft's sensor fusion suite, integrating data from radar, infrared, and satellite sources into one seamless display. The jet's radar remained passive to avoid detection, while its infrared search and track (IRST) system scanned the horizon for any signs of airborne or ground-based threats. As the aircraft neared the designated strike zone, it maintained a high-altitude trajectory to stay beyond the detection range of enemy surface-to-air missile systems. Using real-time satellite feed and internal targeting software, the pilot confirmed the enemy compound's coordinates. With a subtle input, he selected the first GBU-32 JDAM bomb and released it from the internal bay. The weapon, guided by an inertial navigation system and GPS, glided silently toward its target, reinforced enemy command and control structure. The bomb struck within moments, producing a thunderous explosion that lit up the desert floor. Secondary detonations suggested that ammunition and fuel storage inside had also been destroyed. Seconds later, the F-22's infrared sensors picked up two heat signatures, rapidly approaching from the east enemy fighter jets attempting an intercept. The pilot, trained for such contingencies, activated the radar in narrow beam mode and instantly locked onto both targets. With precision honed from hundreds of flight hours, he launched two AIM-120 AMRAAM missiles. The radar-guided weapons streaked through the sky, tracking their marks with relentless accuracy. One after another, the enemy aircraft were obliterated mid-air, engulfed in flaming debris that rained down in the distance. The threat had been neutralized. With airspace temporarily cleared, the pilot scanned the battlefield once more. Ground sensors detected a mobile missile launcher repositioning west of the destroyed compound. Acting on instinct and training, the pilot selected the second JDAM, locked onto the coordinates, and released the bomb from high altitude. Guided precisely, it struck the launcher dead center, creating a fireball that confirmed the destruction of another critical asset. Within the span of mere minutes, the F-22 had eliminated multiple high-value targets and ensured air superiority without ever exposing itself to enemy radar lock. Once the objectives were confirmed, neutralized, and no further threats were identified, the F-22 banked sharply and began its return flight. It maintained supercruise speed while executing evasive flight patterns to avoid potential retaliation or surface-launched missiles. The onboard electronic countermeasure systems remained active as a precaution, jamming any residual radar locks or incoming threats. Within moments, the jet had left hostile airspace behind, invisible once again to those who might try to follow. Upon reaching the base, the F-22 was guided back to a secured hangar zone. The pilot disembarked and was met by the squadron commander, already briefed on the success of the mission via secure data link. Maintenance crews quickly surrounded the aircraft to inspect the exterior, verify structural integrity, and download mission performance logs from the onboard systems. Every weapon release, radar scan, and flight maneuver had been recorded for after-action review. The F-22 Raptor's performance in this mission underscored its role as a critical component of the U.S. Air Force's high-end tactical air power. While it had a protracted development and initial operational difficulties, the aircraft became the service's leading counter-air platform against peer adversaries. Although designed for air superiority operations, the F-22 has also performed strike and electronic surveillance missions, including operations in the Middle East against various adversaries. Its ability to operate close to the battlefield gives the aircraft threat detection and identification capabilities comparable to dedicated reconnaissance platforms. Maintaining the F-22's stealth capabilities is an ongoing challenge. Approximately 50% of the maintenance performed on the F-22 is related to repairing the low observable LO stealth coatings that are damaged during operations. Each F-22 requires a 3-week package maintenance plan, PMP, every 300 flight hours. Stealth measures account for almost 1/3 of maintenance, with coatings being particularly demanding. As the U.S. Air Force looks to the future, the F-22 Raptor remains a cornerstone of its fighter fleet. However, advancements in technology and evolving threats necessitate the development of next-generation aircraft. The upcoming F-47, expected to enter service in the 2030s, aims to build upon the capabilities of the F-22, incorporating unprecedented speed, maneuverability, payload capacity, and cutting-edge stealth technologies. So what do you think of this F-22 Raptor pilot's crazy action? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you liked the video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.